I was never in that fight. It was weird. It was a weird day, a weird evening. I was tired. I was in the locker room for 4 hours and a half waiting, and then even when warming up, was sweating, but still getting tired. I'm like, bro, this is weird. Like I'm sweating, but I feel like I'm asleep. But I take a punch. The first punch, I was awake, but I didn't really feel it. I find myself down. I'm like, man, like, what's going on? From the store in the second round, in between round, I I I wasn't there anymore. Like, ah, hey, man. So some days not just your day. You can even explain what happened, but it was quite weird.
Have you ever felt anything like that before in a fight?
No, no, absolutely not. Like I was in the ring, we start the fight, and I didn't feel that right. What I think something that happened is that they get me to the arena very early.
Hmm.
Like
As opposed to the Tyson fight, did you feel more nervous this time? Maybe because the title shot was at stake. How would you compare the two?
no, hey, and this is one thing that also helped me like to be okay with it because like as far as training camp, I had like my best training camp. I was in my best condition, like the best. Like first one, he wasn't hard. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't like, oh man. It was like really like, am I tripping? Like, am I slipping or am I falling from the punch? No, I'm falling from the punch. I was surprised from falling for that punch. I was in the same. I was static. So yes, he load his forces, but at that time I wasn't feeling anymore. I was somewhere else. I turned around and then saw my sister next to the ring. I'm like, what is she doing there? And
Oh,
I'm like, oh man, something went wrong. I saw the video, basically like the last punch. I'm like, oh, this was hard. Not to take any credit of AJ, but I wasn't there. I didn't fight. Hey, listen, it is what it is. It happens. We take it and we move on. That's all I can say.
by the way, what about the way in which he handled the victory? I thought he was very classy and gracious. I'm sure maybe in the moment you didn't remember, but like seeing the clips, the things he was
I
saying to you.
remember everything.
Okay.
I remember everything.
Do you think that version of Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury? You're the best person to ask this question to. You've been in there with both of them.
Listen, I I don't know. And again, I will tell you something. It wasn't me that fight Tyson Fury that was there fighting AJ.
Right.
It was somebody else. It was definitely somebody else. So yes, I lost this one drastically, but still can make that kind of statement. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't have imagined that this fight would be this way, like would be like this. Like I was ready, man. I don't know, but I mean, I was falling like a chicken, bro. Like